Welcome, everyone. My name's Rachel. I'm the Director of Marketing here at Bravo, and we're so excited for you to join us today to go over everything that's coming out in our upcoming release, kind of run through the highlights. We'll be bouncing back and forth with Christy to do some demos so y'all can see it in action. Just as a reminder, we're recording this webinar, so we'll send you the recording afterwards. If you have any questions or anything that comes up while we're running through it, feel free to drop them in the Q&A or the chat. And today, well, the release comes out April 15th. It'll be overnight. So when you walk into your store April 16th, everything we're covering today will be up and running. And today we're going to cover all the new point of sale features, the new add-on features, the MobilePawn CAPA updates, what we've got coming up next, and then we'll have some time at the end to really dive into your questions in case we don't address them as we're going along. I think that's it. Alrighty, so first up, point of sale. Christy, are you?
Okay, there's the biggest, scariest spider. I just got it with some Windex, so I think I'm good. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll get it together. First up is by popular demand, no longer having to require MSRP or price when you're bringing items into Bravo. So this really helps with promotional items where you want to keep track of the inventory, but you don't necessarily want to put an MSRP or a price on that particular item. So now you don't have to. One quick note on that, there is a security bit for this particular feature. So the store level is going to automatically be default to allowed when we do this release. Workstations will all be default to allowed when we release it. Employees, all of your managers or manager type groups will automatically be set to allowed, and then all other employee types will be manager approval only. So if you need to make any of those changes, be sure you go in on the 16th and update any of those employee settings. All right, next up is new UI for purchase orders. So this one I am going to do some demoing. We're going to do a little before and after preview. So that's really 3 screens that have been redesigned and simplified. It is the purchase order screen, our SKU search screen, and then also the catalog. So I'm going to go ahead and share screen, and we're going to jump in, and I'm going to show you what we are doing here. It says host disabled participant screen sharing. Okay, looks like now I have the ability to do it. Okay, cool. So let's start off. I am in my test store right now. So I'm going to switch back to Bravo, how Bravo looks today. So first up, when you go into purchase orders, you come into inventory and go right into purchase orders. So this is the way the screen looks today as you cruise through it. So with the update that's coming now, when we select inventory and cruise into purchase orders, you'll see a lot less buttons that don't really have a lot of functionality in this particular screen. They're more important in other screens, so we moved them out to reduce confusion. And then as you click through, you don't have to go into each purchase order to really see, you know, what is happening with one. So it gives you a little bit clearer picture of what's happening within each purchase order. So next, I'm going to go back to production as it is today. So when we go into I'm going to select an existing purchase order we've already started. You'll see here's the screen as it looks today. So we're going to cruise over and go into the new screen. So essentially what we've done is we've moved everything that was at the top of the screen to the bottom, because that's really the last thing you're filling in. When you're coming in here and getting purchase orders started, what you're really trying to do is order stuff. And so that's how we've described, redesign the screen so it automatically goes to begin to search for items. So when you go to search for an item today, so I'm going to switch back over to production. Let's say in this particular scenario, I don't have the UPC number of what I'm searching for, I'm going to add. So in Bravo, you can just add a description. So let's say I'm looking for a Glock and let's call it a 19. I don't have the UPC. I'm going to hit the little looking glass. And today what Bravo does is brings in anything that matches, but it didn't ask me, it didn't present anything, it just automatically inserted the item in. So now moving forward, when we do that same type of action, instead of Bravo just assuming that it's grabbed the right item, it's going to move out into your existing stock search and then give us the results of what matches, including all of the stock information. So you can see how many you have in stock, on hand, in order, if you've got some on layaway, what the suggested reorder is. And then we've made it really easy for you to filter through to find the particular one or ones that you're looking for. So you can just add them to the PO. Now, let's assume that we didn't find the items that we're looking for. We had never brought them into stock before. So now we actually need to go out and do a catalog search. So let's look at catalog search before. So here's catalog search before. And it gives us the results. When we do catalog search now, it's first going to ask, hey, do you want the selected items discarded? Yeah, I want to go do a catalog search. So I'm going to say discard. So it's going to uncheck the items I had just checked. And now it's going out to search our catalogs. So a lot cleaner look to the catalogs. And then again, I can scroll through and look for particular model maybe that I'm looking for. It's, you know, the Gen 5. And oh, here's the exact item I'm looking for. And now it's going to bring it into the create SKU. All I need to do is simply add in my price. You'll want to, of course, double check, make sure all of the A&D book information is correct. This comes directly from the distributors. So we're not looking through this information to make sure they've filled out their catalog right. You want to make sure you just double check all that so it goes into your A&D properly. And now we're just going to add how many. And that's it. Super simple and streamlined, and just going to continue to build out easier screens just like this throughout all of Bravo. So more of this all coming your way. All right, next up is, we've been waiting. People have been asking for this one forever. So ad hoc, you're sometimes limited, and it only goes out to up to say 5,000 search results. You know, even if you have maybe 8,000. So you want to look at all of your, you know, buys and all of your loans that are active. Maybe you have more than 5,000, right? Before you had to figure out different ways to break up that report so that you could look at everything all at once. That is now going away. We are now doing what's called paginating search results. So at the bottom of the screen, you can see the little circle in the window there. You'll just select show more, or view next is rather what the button says. View next. And then you, of course, can hit print and then have it automatically go all out. So say goodbye to trying to figure out how to get all your reports in one report. So that was a huge one requested by customers. Next up, manager approval, another big one. Customers talked a lot about this. This is all designed to save you guys time. So we are now requiring the manager approval prior to the tender collection. And that's going to, again, prevent any unnecessary voids or refunds or any issues while the customer is just about out the door. So speed of transaction, this should help speed them all up. Next, we are auto updating the spot price. So this is configurable by you. So you can choose whether or not you want us to auto update the spot price for you. The location is where you're currently updating it. You'll just notice there's going to be a new box on top. You'll check it if you want it to automatically update that spot price every day, and it will be 3 times a day. Otherwise, you'll just go in and update it manually like you do today, giving you all of the same feature functionality. So totally up to you how you want to do that. Come live date, April 16th. This will not be turned on for anybody. So if you want it on, go back into the Metals configuration tab and go ahead and check that box.
Can I just piggyback off of this for 1 second? So I just want to, I guess, provide clarification or sort of repeat what Christy's saying. So right now, Bravo calls out for spot price already multiple times a day. And so when you're in the Jewelry Estimator screen, you can actually see what spot price is, but we're not actually applying it automatically to your buy amount. We've always said that's operator's choice. Some people like to update it daily, monthly, quarterly, or within certain percentage of swing of spot price. We had on our Facebook page, we had some people asking about it and saying, actually, I want Bravo to just auto update it. I don't care if it's up, down, it doesn't matter to me. I just always want the freshest spot price. So now it's also updating that buy amount for you. So we're calling it and we're updating it. So the metals tab in here, where you're able to configure all of the different grid, that no longer applies. It'll just automatically update for you.
Next up, vendor catalog. So like we just talked, sometimes we're finding that vendor catalog information isn't correct. So if it needs to be changed, like an item is just in the wrong category, you can now start a Zendesk ticket and we can fix that particular entry for your store. We can't fix the vendor catalog entry, but we can fix it for your store. So anything incorrect, let us know, and we'll help you out and get that fixed right away. The other thing that we've done is we updated the inventory searching algorithms. So if you are a multi-store operator and a customer walks in and they're looking for the Hercules Rolex and you don't have it at your store, we're automatically now going to display any stores within your operation that have that matching criteria. So that is going to help with any potential would-be lost sales due to you not recognizing that, hey, it's not at store number 1, but it's over at store number 3. We've also updated our this is the aged inventory report. So what we actually removed from that subtotal is the skewed inventory. So skewed inventory is something that you're constantly bringing in your store over and over again. You're not looking at it as being an aged item because it's just continually cycling. So we've removed those numbers from the subtotal. So you're really looking at more of a true aged inventory number. And again, this was based off of several customer feedback and requests to remove that from the reports. Next up, this one the next two, I think actually came directly from Facebook. So my Facebook friends out there, this is for you. Now pending transactions, way more visible. I'm going to go into Bravo in just a minute here, but as you'll see in the screen here now for any pending transactions. So again, this is where, you know, maybe the loan's not yet expired, but they're actually late on a payment. That would show up in a pending transaction. We haven't expired the layaway, but they're late on a payment. That's going to show up in the pending transactions. When you open that screen, anything that's pending in that screen is going to be that salmon color. So it'll be a lot easier to identify it amongst any other items that are sitting in the pending transaction screen, but aren't looking for, say, a payment because maybe they just made their loan payment last week. So again, just going to highlight those transactions that actually have a payment that are due. And then the next one is somewhat similar to pending transactions. It's expired transactions. So there will now be a bubble counter on the customer loyalty report that lets you know how many loans and layaways have been expired for this company or for this particular customer entirely. I apologize, this slide is wrong. It is not just loans that are available for reactivation. It is all transactions that have expired. So you may or may not be able to reactivate them. All right. Next up, so this one's a pretty popular one. People would like to bypass the jewelry estimator. So let me demo this for you. So again, it's just another way to ensure speed of transaction with our customers. So we'll start back at the Bravo home screen. And I'm going to go right into the Jewelry Estimator. And we'll say we've got, I'm in production, I apologize. There we go, switch to test. Okay, now again at the Jewelry Estimator. So we'll make it a tricky one. It's a lady's diamond and stone ring. Got one big diamond, a bunch of stones. So we're gonna go ahead. It's gold. Say it's 10. What do I got? Grams here. Got 14 karat. I've got yellow gold. We've got again. There's our pawn amount. It's a ring. It's a gold diamond ladies ring. And now I'm going to skip over the diamonds. I'm going to skip over the colored stones and I'm going to cruise right over here to freeform. We're going to hit auto generate description. And then now if you need to, for police reporting purposes, you can go ahead and add in any stone descriptions here. Add as much or as little as you like, and you are done with the transaction. And that's it. You're now able just to free form describe those stones. So super fast, super quick. And actually, I apologize. I'm going to take back control since we're right here. Let's go ahead and search for a customer so you can see. There we go. So you can see clearly we've got 6 pending transactions. And when I select amongst the list of all the pending transactions, you can see all the salmon ones are ones that I can grab payment or some type of action needs to be performed. All right. One note about the Jewelry Estimator. So, gotta put on my glasses here. There is a new system configuration option for it. So there's just going to be a checkbox that you will check if you want to allow employees to use that new tab. So it's not going to be visible unless you go in and actually disable the estimator. It's right actually under disable estimator. If you need help turning that on or off, so start a Zen desk ticket, but it's right there in system configuration under the Jewelry Estimator for you. All right. We also updated the scale. So it's actually now an image. Before it used to just be a button that said capture weight, and now it is an actual icon. So to capture the weight of an item, just go ahead and press that icon.
And if you missed the last release, that's with the scale integration. So now you can have an API with the scale. And so when you actually weigh it on the scale, it'll automatically populate into Bravo for you.
Next up is links to best practices. So if you have any questions, if there's suspected fraud, you're looking for a little bit feedback, we've got best practices linked in our Zendesk, or rather Zendesk now. So click those links, it'll take you right there. If you have any questions, you can always call our support line as well. Yeah, that's there for you. All right, next up is a very long awaited, much requested physical inventory functionality, and it's a beep. It will now beep. So you're gonna get a different sound if an item and when an item is found. So you no longer have to look at the screen to make sure, oh, did it go? Yep, looks it's good, right? And then a different sound for not found. So beep, beep, people, beep, beep. All right, Tally, this is your big moment.
This is my big moment. All right, new updates for MobilePawn. This is specific for CAPA members. I have spent a lot of time with the CAPA attorneys trying to make sure that we nailed this. It's really more than a digital ticket. It's an entire process within MobilePawn. So what it is not only do we have now the CAPA digital pawn ticket within MobilePawn, but we also follow the series of events, which is disclosures and declarations, Military Lending Act, the ability to view the entire document prior to signing. So this isn't like a sign and then a watermark and then you can delete it. This is like they're actually viewing it before they make payment. It also is going to show the different declarations or the different disclosures like you see right here, where the customer will be able to sign those. And then also the digital signature. The PDF of the pawn ticket will be available in MobilePawn for that customer, and so that they can access it whenever they'd like. We're really excited about this. We hope that you are too. We know that you guys have been waiting for this. It was very complicated to get done, but it is done now. And so if you want this, just make sure you reach out to Ashley Nussbaum. Here's her email address. I'll drop it also into the chat. She'll set you all up and make sure that you're good to go with this new digital MobilePawn ticket for CAPA. Yay.
Big yay. Okay, so that wraps up the measures. Of course, go out, read the notes. We did make several other little updates that didn't make the big cut, but please go ahead and read those release notes. What we are currently developing right now is a MobilePawn pay or final pay receipt. So what that is going to have is all of the payments that a MobilePawn customer has made, and at the bottom of the receipt, it'd be the opportunity for you to have the customer actually sign that receipt. We've been working hard with Fortis to figure out how can we reduce some of the fraud that is going on. And that is one thing they're now saying that could potentially help any cases. So the recommendation is get those signatures. If you happen to get a chargeback, get those receipts over to Fortis. We also, just so you know, on the other end, are working on a new integration into MobilePawn, which will hopefully also help eliminate any of that. And just as a reminder, if you're not a MobilePawn customer and you hear that word, it is the lowest in the industry. Fraud does happen. There are fraudsters out there, of course, but just don't want anybody to have this idea that there's a ton of it involved with MobilePawn if you're not on MobilePawn. In fact, it's like the lowest in the industry. Our customers see some of the lowest in the industry. There's nothing else to say about that. The next thing that is going to be coming is support for lab-grown diamonds. So we've got all the wireframes set up on that. We've got it all figured out. So we've started, the dev team has already started writing code for that. That will be in in upcoming release. We also have firearm packing slips coming. That has been hugely requested by those of you who are shipping firearms. And then finally, we're going to get those SKU quantities up online. So now customers can order multiple items from you. So 8 boxes of ammo at a time, or 6 guns, whichever you prefer. So there's just a couple of things coming down the pipe.
All right, I wanted to put this section in here because we have recently doubled the size of our development team, which means that we're coming out with double the amount of things and also twice as quickly. And so I wanted to make sure that you knew what came in the past release that maybe you're not utilizing yet. So the first thing is Judy. You can watch this video over here, but she's an icon or a link up in the top right corner of Bravo. She's already successfully solved 300 support cases. And so this is supposed to be a conversational chat if you need support right away. She will train you really quickly on how to do what you're trying to do. This is amazing if you have a customer standing in front of you. And we're continuing to sort of expand her knowledge so that she can help with more and more things. And so if you haven't checked her out, check her out. We have a lot of people testing conversations with her that we get to read that are pretty fun, but also use her if you need help. She's just a really good sort of first line if you've got something quick so that you don't have to dig through the Solution Center looking for a link or a video or an article. She'll do that for you. The second is the learning management system. So this is for training for employees. This is not just if you're brand new to Bravo. If you have a new employee starting, if you want to get refreshed, if you're thinking of adding a new product and you want to be trained on it, we have modules and courses. And this was developed by Kat Tanner, who is like the most amazing trainer. She's the lead trainer, I would say, in the industry. She's responsible for thousands of stores implementations. And so this is interactive training. It's not just videos. You actually get to navigate through Bravo, and it's going to bring your employees up to speed even faster. And we're continuing to expand it. So if you're interested in this, you can email, is it Kathleen? Yeah. Kathleen T at bravostoresystems.com, and she'll enroll you. I'll post that also in the chat, but this is really, really, really awesome. And I just wanted to mention it. I know we have a lot of people that have been customers for a really long time on here, but if you want to refresh, if you want an ad hoc refresh, or if you want to send your new employees through all of the courses, you can do that.
All right, and that kind of wraps up. Any questions? Anything on your mind while we're still?
One more thing. I think I dropped it into the online deck, and so it didn't make it into this one. But as of today, one of the things that we've been asked for a really long time, especially people coming over from PawnMaster before, is if we'll supply hardware peripherals, labels, and things like that. And we've just never really had the infrastructure internally or the expertise to be able to do that in a way that gets you those supplies quickly and at a really affordable rate that you can't really get anywhere else. But now that we're two companies, the two companies are one, we are officially offering all of our customers hardware peripherals, labels, receipt paper, all of that. So we're happy to be a one-stop shop. We'll have Bravo News banners in. The website will be live on Friday, so you can actually self-order everything yourself, or we're going to have a phone number that you can call into if you want to order that. We're going to have bundles. One of the things that I was really impressed with was the quality of the labels and of the receipt paper that PawnMaster was currently supplying, and then also just how quickly they're able to get those in the mail. And so we're just following that same process and really applying it across all of our customers so that you don't have to go to a ton of different places to find the right peripherals, printers, or consumables. So we're excited about that. And that's officially official today. So give us a call.
I'm sorry, that was a big slide that I didn't grab
That's
off
okay.
the online one. Alrighty, any other questions? Looks like Megan's got a question in the chat. Anything else that we can answer while we're still all here with you all? Anything you want us to run through again? Christy can demo some stuff if you want to. Give everyone a couple minutes.
I'm not trying to answer your
I
question,
got it.
Megan.
I got it.
Okay, I was like, I honestly don't know the answer.
I will say anecdotally, Judy's really cool too. So I don't live in the point of sale, but a lot of times if I see questions on social media, I can ask Judy and like plug them back in on social media because she knows the answers to all the things. So it's really cool. Who is the contact for CAPA Digital MobilePawn tickets?
Okay, I'll repost it. Her name's Ashley. So it's Ashley N at bravostoresystems.com. And Marquita, I can send that to you too.
So Tally, Christy, any final remarks?
I'm just grateful that you guys are here. You guys all come to these like month over month. And we're really pushing hard to get all of your customer suggestions in, and your ideas and your questions answered. So thanks for being here. We're really excited for this release. As a reminder, it's live for you on the 16th. And we'll have support and everybody ready. So if you've got training questions or how-to questions, we are ready for you. This is being recorded, and then we'll also have a series of videos explaining how to do certain things. So staying on top of all of the articles and the videos so that you can sort of self-train or train your employees that need to know this stuff.
Awesome.
There's a question. I'm not following the question in chat. Is that a California? I don't. I'm just not
Reactivation?
following. Can we get a reactivation itemized on the receipt showing the item sold back to the customers so the title? Let's take is that Vito? You sent that? Vito, why don't you send me an email? Let's take that one offline. I don't understand it. Okay, thank you.
I agree.
Awesome. Alrighty. Well, thank you all again for joining us today. We are super excited to share this release with you and can't wait for you all to get in and start utilizing everything. We'll be sending the recording out, also posting it on our website. If you have any other questions or anything that comes up in the meantime, feel free to reach out and one of us will be back in touch with you. And with that,
Thank you.
have a wonderful rest of your afternoon.
Bye.
Thank you.